Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. The country is still waiting with bated breath as William Ruto plans to meet the Kenya Kwanza team tomorrow to unveil his 7-member of parliament to meet Raila Odinga's team. Raila had chosen his team, and you all know that it's a team full of lawyers and die-hard supporters and loyalists of Raila Odinga. People feel that William Ruto is very crafty and he can attempt to buy and compromise some of the Azimio side, and that is why Raila chose people who are very loyal, people like Ledamo Lekina, the senator of Nairobi Edwin Sifuna, people like Kutinda Molo, Emily Gesegesa. So it's a very strong team. But even before William Ruto meets his team, there is a list that has been leaked out of those members. Of course, throughout the week, you understand that there was a lot of push and pull between Rigathi Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto. Gachagua wants a team that he believes will not compromise so much, because if there is something that Gachagua does not want to understand, is this issue of handshake. But from the undertones that we hear from those who are very close allies to President William Samoei Ruto, they are ready for a handshake. The other day, the chief economic strategist of Kenya Kwanza, Mr. David Ndii, said that there is a possibility of a handshake. And if you hear Rigathi Gachagua every now and then, he speaks a lot about handshake. He knows there is something happening. I want us to look at this leaked list, because there are obviously members who are also very die-hard supporters of William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, and they are drawn from the Senate and the National Assembly. Number one in this list is Kimani Ichung'wah. Kimani Ichung'wah is the current National Assembly Majority Leader. And I think he has been in this list because, number one, this guy hates Raila Odinga with passion. He's a man who had even indicated that we should arrest Raila because he believes nothing will happen if Raila is arrested. He is one person who, together with Rigathi Gachagua, have decided that they want to become Mount Kenya kingpins, and if there is one person that is standing on their way and they don't like him, that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and they hate him with passion. This is the guy who said in no uncertain terms that if Uhuru was not careful, they were going to send goons to take over their land and property. And he made good those threats when they sent goons to go and invade Uhuru's Northland farm, cut down trees, took animals, and later burnt that land. So Kimani Ichung'wah is on top of that list. Number two is his partner in crime, Ndindi Nyoro, another young politician, very rich, a man who people feel suffered a little bit in the last regime, and he claims it is because he supported William Samoei Ruto. Together with Ndindi Nyoro, they hate Uhuru Kenyatta. They say they are the sons of Mau Mau, and they have taken over Mount Kenya. He also hates Raila Odinga. When Raila started the demonstrations, he was saying that Raila should be given maybe a whole of Nyayo Stadium and indicate when he wants to demonstrate so that he can do it from morning to evening. That is the time when they thought that these demonstrations were mere jokes. But today they have realized that the demonstrations are attracting people because people are suffering, and Raila is talking about things that people want to hear. That is Ndindi Nyoro. Number three in that list is none other than Silvanus Osoro. Silvanus Osoro hails from Kisii, and is currently the majority chief whip in the National Assembly. And Silvanus Osoro was first elected under, I think, an ODM party, and he was a very close ally of Raila Odinga when Raila was looking for youths to build to build his politics around those youths. But he switched camp, and now he's supporting UDA. He's one of the very few leaders who braved the ODM storm in Kisii. He's another person who, should I say, hates Raila and he's got a very strong stand. He cannot be compromised, of course, just like Kimani Ichung'wah and Ndindi Nyoro. People say that Sylvanus Osoro is Ruto's point man in Nyanza, and Ruto is grooming him for the gubernatorial seat in Kisii. So Simbarati should brace himself for a run for his money, because even when Ruto was in Kisii the other day, you saw the prominence that Osoro was given. So Osoro is on that list. The other person who is here is called Mary Emase. She's an MP of Teso South, and I think she's there, not very much. I think she's a first timer. She's there to represent women. She's there to represent that minority side of the Teso. There's nothing much about her, and I think she's just there just to ensure, because William Ruto is one person who says that she wants to give prominence to women. That's why he even wrote a letter to the National Assembly and the Senate, so that they can fast track the inclusion or the implementation of the 2/3 gender rule. So Mary Emase is there just to represent the women. That is number 4, and those are members from the National Assembly. From the Senate, the person who is heading that team is Aaron Cheriot. Of course, you all know that Cheriot is a vocal member of parliament in the Senate. He is currently serving as the majority leader in the Senate. A man who has got a very strong side, is a hardliner. There is a very close ally of William Samoei Ruto. He's a very young politician, one of the very few politicians who were elected immediately from the university. He's got a very sharp mind and a legal mind. So his being there will also help whenever there is a stalemate about any legal standing, then they will be able to unearth. So they will be meeting people like Otiende Amolo there, people like Edwin Sifuna, because now those are legal minds. That's why he's there, and he's a man who has said that they're only going to talk about the recruitment of the IEBC commissioners and nothing else. So you know he's there to represent William Ruto, and you know he's there to block any attempt to compromise anybody there. The other person is Samson Cherargei, another vocal young politician, was elected immediately from the university. He's also a legal mind. He is a senator. He's there to represent William Ruto. He's there to ensure that no one will be compromised. He's there to defend their position. That's why I told you, ladies and gentlemen, that these talks will be dead on arrival. Because if you see the team that has been selected, you can't imagine what will happen. Then the last person is called Beatrice Maina. Beatrice Maina is the current women rep in Murang'a. She's the one who replaced Sabina Chege. When Sabina Chege supported the deep state, supported Uhuru Kenyatta, and I think they were lined up for certain prestigious positions, had Raila won the elections. Of course, you know that they have switched camps now, and they're supporting Rigathi Gachagua. So Beatrice Maina is also included, and I think maybe just to represent the female entity there, and also maybe to represent Rigathi Gachagua in those talks. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the team that has been unveiled, and if there will be any changes, then that is the team that will face Raila Amolo Odinga. What do you think about that team? And you can imagine the kind of fireworks that will be there, because Raila Amolo Odinga talks about opening the server, reinstatement of Cherera 4, lowering the cost of living. He wants the government to meet all the bills of those who suffered in the mass action as a result of police brutality. You can imagine that. And these people are saying that they must recognize William Ruto as the president first before they start talking, and that the only thing they will be talking about is the recruitment of the IEBC commissioners. You can imagine what will happen there. It's going to be fireworks. And if you ask me, these talks are a fiasco. The other day, the ex-military guys came and said that Parliament's already one-sided and very much compromised, and Raila Amolo Odinga has no need of engaging such a party that is already one-sided. I don't know what you think. Please share with me what you think about this team.